Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and today we are finally jumping back into digital art after the long month of Inktober, and it feels so good. Inktober was a lot of fun, and it was a blast doing traditional art, but I really missed working on my big tablet. So I'm really excited to jump into this, and today we are actually doing the KM So first and foremost, before I announce the winners, plural there, so that's important. Before I announce the winners of the KM I just want to say thank you guys for all of your amazing entries. There was so many to pick from, and you guys made my job ridiculously hard. There was a lot of adorable, cute original characters and kick-ass creatures. There were so many to pick from, and it was really difficult. So if you did submit to KM please leave it up. Like, even if you don't win it today, I would love to do another one of these in the future, so please leave the tweet or the Instagram post up. I'll be looking through that hashtag again when I do some more in the future. But yeah, like, as you guys can see, there are so many entries. You guys are so freaking talented. I love you guys. You're an awesome community, and there's so many of you that submitted so many amazing pieces. We had such a wide age range and wide skill level, and I just loved seeing all of these. They were all so amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough. Like, this is awesome to see who's in the community, what you guys are making, and I wish I could draw all of these. And I'm not just saying that, I promise. I'm not just saying it to mushing you guys up. No, I mean it. All of these are really great, and I'm just excited to jump in and do more of these coming up soon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and announce the two winners for today's KM So like I said, this was really difficult. I decided to do two to kind of give a little bit of diversity in what I picked. So without further ado, let's go ahead and announce the winners for this first KM Again, this was a really difficult decision, and I loved all your guys' entries, but I picked some that I thought would be fun to draw and like I was kind of attracted to. Just like aesthetic and color and just the look in general. And skill didn't have anything to do with it. Like, if you guys had like stick figures or anything, they were all considered. They didn't have to be amazing painted masterpieces. I loved all of your guys' work, no matter where you were in your art journey. So first and foremost, the first winner is DJM Art with this really awesome looking mage, which like lost a limb. Yeah, lost a limb in battle, and she uses magic to summon this limb out of elements. I think that'll be really cool to draw, and I'm excited to jump into that one. And the second winner is from Jane West with this really cool looking OC named Gabe. Genderless, really moody, and just, I love the horns and like the hooved feet and just the, I guess, the sass that this character is giving off. So I am really excited to draw both of these. I'm gonna go ahead and start a sketch for this one, and then we'll jump into the next winner after I finish this piece. So all right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I did when setting up both of these characters is kind of trying to find a pose that I guess kind of fit their personality or look. And in terms of this mage, I could see her being some really kick-ass battle mage. So I wanted to make sure to give her a pose that would kind of reflect that idea and really utilize that elemental arm. I really wanted to kind of push perspective a little bit and have the arm coming out towards you, and it was kind of hard to pick which element. In the description of the character on Instagram, DJM, I think was the username, basically said that that arm could turn into different elements. In this original drawing, it kind of looks like it was water. So I was like, you know, I think I'll go with the water look, and it also balances nicely against the red clothing of the character, because I thought about doing fire, and I was like, I don't know if that's gonna be too much reds and oranges, since that's like all the main color palette of this character. So I was like, you know what, let's do blue with water, and then it also matches the sphere on the end of her like quarter staff, mage staff thing. I can't do words today, but you know what I mean. It matches the blue sphere on her staff. And then after kind of figuring out the pose and what I really wanted to do for this character, I started drawing out the line art, and I actually struggled with this one a bit. Like, I had an idea in my mind of the angle and the look that I wanted the face to have, but I just couldn't nail it. I kept doing it over and over and over, and I just couldn't get it to look right. I actually had to leave it for a couple hours, come back, and try again, and then it actually turned out pretty okay, and I was pretty happy with it. It's just, for some reason, I just couldn't nail the face angle the first couple times. Don't know why. You know, things happen. Sometimes you just can't figure out how to draw something, even though you've drawn it a million times, you know what I mean? But either way, this one was a lot of fun to do, and I had a blast drawing this character. I really enjoy those like D&D RPG-esque characters, whether they're like mages or warriors or rangers. I've always really enjoyed drawing those characters. And I think I just have a soft spot for like fantasy characters in general, or like RPG-ish type of characters. The combination of me playing D&D and then a lot of the stories that I've made and built kind of revolve around that time period, or have similar, I guess, RPG-ish elements, whatever. And I just really love drawing those type of characters. And this character was no exception. I actually was really digging the design. I would love to know more backstory about this character in terms of, I guess, where she lost the arm, like how did that happen? Why does she have this type of mage staff with, like, it looked like a blade on the other end? Is the snake her animal companion? There's a lot of interesting things about this character that I want answers to. There's just a lot of design elements that I feel were very meaningful and gave a little bit more dimension and life to the character. So I just am drawn to wanting to know, you know, what's this character's backstory and why different design choices were made. I also think I have a soft spot for like women with horns. Like any type of character with horns, I just really like. I don't know why. So fun fact about Katelyn. So when I saw this one, I was like, oh great, it fills all my favorite things to draw. Like Dungeons & Dragons-esque character, like a mage with horns, and she looks like a kick-ass female warrior. She's got a cool snake, and she's got like some mythical awesome power. So that was really fun to find out and to explore a little bit more. I also noticed, now that I'm looking back, that I did miss a couple elements on the character. I did go back and fix not having the belt, but I didn't add the extra, I guess, knife, and I think those are vials. I forgot to add those back in, but I made sure to at least get the belt in, so it was there. And another fun side note, it's so much fun drawing other people's OCs because it's so refreshing to do some completely new and random character, and then just have fun with it and have an established character look, but then push it even more. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do in terms of like commissions. If someone sends me their original character, I just have a blast drawing it and maybe just pushing it in ways that the original creator didn't do, or trying some new poses. And it's just a lot of fun to experiment and kind of create a personality for this character in my head, since I don't know much about it, and just kind of experimenting with that. I have so much fun with that. And I also really loved looking through everyone's OCs because it just reminded me of when I was in middle school through high school, and I would just draw like all these different OCs and different looks and feels and characters and outfits, and God, those were the good old days when I had like copious amounts of creativity. I had so many OCs, and it's just so much fun to see everyone else's OCs and what they created. So jumping back to the piece for a bit, another creative, I guess, difference that I chose was kind of giving the snake a different patterning. I noticed in the original illustration it was more like speckled and spotted, but I thought to give it more of a realistic snake look, it would more have bands of color with maybe a couple speckles here and there. So I decided to try that out on the snake, and I think it looks pretty cool. I also had a lot of fun with the water and painting the water, and I tried a slightly different coloring method with these characters. It was kind of doubling as a experimental time for me to try a new shading coloring method, which I'm about to jump into here. which is going back to more of the soft shade, or soft cell, I can't talk today. It's going back more towards the soft cell shading, like the airbrushing onto the character, because I haven't done that in a while and I wanted to see how it looked, and I actually really like how these turned out with it. So I think I might experiment with it a little bit more and kind of see where I can push the coloring style. So then after going through and adding the highlights and the shadows, we are done with this first character. Super fun, loved the mage, loved the horns, awesome character. Thanks for submitting, and it was just a blast to make. And next up we have Gabe, which was a really cool and interesting character. I kind of picture them as like this sassy, kind of demonic teenager character. I really wanted to try something on the other scope and the other end of what I drew. So I know both have horns, and like I said, I have a soft spot for people with horns, but it was more of the fact of I wanted to do one kind of fantasy RPG character and then push it and try to do, like, I guess you could consider this more of a modern character because they're in just a t-shirt and some jean shorts, but then they have like a weird demonic flair that I love. So I wanted to do the two extremes of one that's more fantasy-esque and another that's kind of modern, but still kind of supernatural since it's a demon person, you know what I mean? But this one was also a lot of fun to do, and I tried to get it as close to the likeness of the character. One thing that I did take kind of some creative freedom and liberty on is the two sample pictures I was sent didn't have a view of the hands. So I was thinking to myself, all right, well, the feet have these like cloven hooves in red. So I mean, this character kind of has a demon vibe to them. So I was like, why don't we do like claws, kind of similar to the cloven foot, but we'll make it much more, I guess, claw-like. And I think that added a nice little touch to the character. You can correct me if I'm wrong, like if I assumed incorrectly on what type of hands the character has, please let me know. But I think this might be a cool look for them if you haven't decided on what hands to give this character. These little red talon claws I think match nicely with the like toe cloven hooves and the horns. It just kind of brings the whole design together, and I really liked it. And I also liked going and doing more modern clothes. We went from just a fantasy warrior outfit to now more of a modern clothing look, and I loved the design that was on the front of the shirt, the really sad, upset, not a smiley face, but I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, the dead, green, unhappy face. That's what you call it. That was a lot of fun to paint, and I like the stripes on the sleeves. I was actually a little sad when you told me it was the blonde hair. Like, I love the blonde hair on the character, but man, when I saw that bright green, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, oh, dang, the character's got blonde hair. But maybe keep that really intense green hair in mind for some other future thing with this character, because I love that green. That like sea foamy turquoisey green I think is really cool, and it gives the character a really nice pop. But the blonde is nice too. I'm not saying like don't do the blonde, but either way, this was a lot of fun to do, and I had a blast trying out the new cell shading look, and this was a really cute and sassy character that I had a lot of fun drawing. And there we have it. We are all done with the KMIOC episode. This was really fun to do. I hope you guys like your OCs, and thank you again for everyone who entered. It was a really tough decision to pick from all the amazing OCs, but I just had a blast drawing these two, and they're just so different in like character and appearance, and they just have a different feel and mood to them, and it was just a lot of fun. I took a little bit of creative liberty by changing some of the design or look just slightly, but I tried to stick as close as possible to the original OC as I could. So again, I hope you both like your OC, and thank you again for submitting, and thanks everyone else for submitting, and make sure don't delete your post because I'll be checking that hashtag again soon. So thanks again guys for stopping by and checking out this video, and if you aren't already, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I have new videos every week. And I'm so excited to be back to doing digital art again, and this was a great way to kind of get back in the mood and get back into drawing digital art. And I also want to take a minute to thank you guys again. The whole reason this KMIOC thing came up was to celebrate the 30,000 subscriber milestone, and it is pretty awesome. And our community keeps growing, and it's been fun. I love all you guys, and thank you so much for your support. So again, thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you all next time. Bye everybody.